Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a while. Hopefully everybody's been digging into the Word and seeing what in prayer time. I've been speaking a lot about that. Going to that secret place with the Father and going to that time in that secret place with Jesus. Worrying does us no good. Worrying is not of God. God doesn't worry. If God doesn't worry, why then do we worry? Why then do we call ourselves Christians one moment and then show fruits of another? You're seeing it more and more. You're seeing the evil unfold its ugly self more and more. And this year alone, it's been crazy. You figure we're already done with 1 month and we're falling into another month. February 1st, today. And you look at how many people went to bed angry last night? How many people got in an argument with a spouse or a child? How many people misunderstood somebody and put judgment on somebody? How many people out there is suffering from illness, depression? I can go down the number. How many people are in disbelief? Well, I'm telling you right now, it happens. I mean, there's times that I even got to go rethink my thoughts. And through that, what I mean is, many times I started going into payments, this and that, things I've ordered on certain card stuff because of people hacking your account. I will never ever use my bank card again to order something. If I have to go get a prepaid card, I'll go get a prepaid card. Because today's society is lazy. They spend more time figuring out how to hack people and how to take advantage of people than they do actually working. It's the most craziest thing I've ever seen. But then again, people, that shows the world we're living in. That shows today's times. We're going to have daily problems. We're going to have car issues. Good example. I got car issues right now. But the fact of it is, I just keep pushing forward. I keep asking God every day and asking in the Lord's name, let me get to work, let me get home. Luckily, over the years, I've owned some pretty, basically what we used to call beaters. Beater with the heater. I mean, I literally bungee doors shut. I put, latches like you would put a padlock on. The whole door's shut. Seriously. It was crazy. I put bolts through doors to keep the doors from flying open. I've had cars that I had to put plywood and stuff down on the floor because you can literally see the ground. Why am I telling you all this? To appreciate what you have. I appreciate this car that I have today. We were just talking about this morning. I can open the sunroof and drive down the road even if my air is not working. Back in the day, that was our air conditioner. We opened the windows and enjoyed whatever breeze we got. Satan wants to make technology the most important thing in our lives. I still hear people going about AI. AI is out of people's minds because we're so used to it. We've been so used to AI for years, it doesn't matter. Yes, I still have to watch what I say on here. Stuff's still filtered. But that being said, you can also, I'm going to be uploading a lot of stuff on Rumble because they don't filter. You can pretty much, as long as you're not threatening to kill somebody, you can pretty much speak your mind. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited because many videos I've put on here, YouTube has And I still don't understand. I still don't understand the concept of why, but they have a reason, and I have to obey by their rules. Not, first of all, because of what God expects me to do. If they expect it, then I have to obey by it. The only time that I don't obey by man's rules if it disagrees with God's. So, I did put a welcome video on there already just to do a test run to see if it actually uploaded. It did, so I'm excited to start working on some stuff over there also. No, this is not, I'm not leaving YouTube. I mean, I've been with YouTube from the beginning. I'm just, some things I'm posting over there that I've had written down that I want to post that I know YouTube will not let me do it. And it's still, I don't know why, but I mean, because it brings truth to things that they obviously don't want. I'm still confused with it. But either way, it doesn't matter. So you go on thoughts, and you go on worrying, and you go on your daily lives. You know, sometimes we don't catch stuff until after the fact things are happening. Well, when things start happening, it's a little too late sometimes. It's like warning signs coming on in your car. You probably should check out what's going on with it before it's too late and you're sitting. And I keep telling, because my check engine light came on again, and I'm thinking, okay, it's probably one of the emission things. This is why I don't like new cars. I like old stuff, because old stuff you could pop the hood, it had a carburetor, and you could work on it. I'm familiar with a lot of stuff on newer cars, some not. I mean, I can replace CV shafts and all that kind of stuff and brakes, but I have to get by without having to put it in the shop and pay their ridiculous prices. But everybody's making a living. I understand building costs and things like that. I totally understand it. I just think sometimes, what about the people that can't afford it? What about these single parents that struggle? In today's time, I can only imagine, because, you know, everybody's glued to cell phones. I mean, just the way little kids talk to their parents. You know, walking around inside of a Walmart store and hearing some of this stuff, you're just like, oh my gosh. You know, it's like people, we allow this stuff. And then you get the parents or the grandparents. I actually had a grandmother said, I apologize for my grandson's behavior. I said, you know, you don't have to apologize to me. What you need to get a hold of the parents. You need to step up yourself also. You're the grandparent. That means you're the parent of the child's parents. We don't like to correct people. Well, the Bible says do it out of love and do it gentle. You know, God created us to be a voice here. Look at John the Baptist. I'm the voice, the one in the wilderness. You go and look at their times compared to our times. People, again, and I did it too. It was kind of annoying when I'm trying to get around them, and I had no respect for the Amish, which tomato. I never really asked one how they pronounce it. I don't think it really matters. But today, I have a lot of respect for them, because they dress different. People made fun of them. They ride horse and buggies. Well, they got to feed their horse, but they're not putting. But then they're getting hit with these expensive feeds and stuff these days. But in the long run, you ever stop and think if something happens to our grids or something, they're the ones they would only be the ones who really have the rights to turn around and laugh at us, because they would survive. You think all the solar panel and generators and all these things are going to take place? Well, I would say solar on one condition: you were the sole energy holder. If you're still plugged into a landline coming in there from a pole, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Meanwhile, they're still eggs. They may not work right. You look at a farmer's crop. He's got to predict how much crop he's going to have to sell it. And if he falls short and somebody buys this, then he's got to pay it back. You know, so you look at a farmer's life, why you're seeing farms, sections of property sold off more and more until they're finally, there's no more. I don't know. I know one thing. Now is the time to press into God even more. You look at the warning signs that I've been speaking about. You know, I found on a tablet that I've actually found the date. It was, well, not the date. I didn't date it, but I put the year. It was 2017 when the Lord spoke to me. Coming would be locusts of kinds. And that's exactly how I wrote it, locusts of kinds. They're predicted two different types of locusts. There's a proper name for them. They start with the C. Hitting us this year, people. I've been talking about Florida getting hit with strange storms. Sure enough. You know, people just don't take warning. That's the problem. We're not taking God's warning. We're not looking at what God's doing right now. We're not looking at where God is in examination of us in this world. He said, and you go back and listen to the videos, if you're really listening to them, you're going to remember what I'm about to tell you. I told you United States would not be spared what's coming to us. I believe this is the year it's going to happen. I really do. I really believe, because we are foolish. We are so boastful, so prideful, so full of ourselves, thinking we are the most powerful country. We used to be, because we stand united. Today we buckle under everything. We allow abortions. We allow God to be removed from schools, from our government, from everything. God, now they're coming against money again. In God we trust. They want it off the money. As far as I know, I think it's only on the dollar bill. I don't think it's on anything else. It could be. Really, to be honest, I don't know how many people even see money anymore. I had a person get mad, not really mad, I guess a little, I don't even know how the proper word to say it. Got irritated, I guess. Would you like to round this up for blah, 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 blah? I'm like, no. If I want to give to that organization, I would do it on my own, to make sure that they got it. Now it's between them and there. I said, and if I do, then it's between this company that you're asking me and them to do the right things. If not, I did the right thing. Woe to those that are doing wrong with money that they're claiming. God's not going to let stuff go anymore. Our judgment's here. You know, a lot of people are talking about we're walking in the end times. I believe it. I honestly cannot see how we're going to be able to survive the rest of this year, let alone 2025. The rise of the Antichrist is here, people. And we're taking it lightly. And he wants us to take it lightly. He wants you not to care about your children. He wants you not to care about life. He wants you to go free for all and do whatever sins that make you happy. Well, let me ask you something. If it makes you so darn happy, then why are you so miserable after you do it? Think about it. Because it's guilt. So something's putting guilt on you. It sure ain't Lucifer. He doesn't want you to feel guilty. If you feel guilty, you're going to stop doing it. This is why he gets a lot of these people addicted to drugs. Now, granted, yes, it's their own problem. I agree. I don't feel a bit sorry, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I lost a sister to this nonsense. I used to do it. I don't feel a bit sorry for him. You can't say you can't quit. You just don't want the pain. Well, you got to go through the pain to be able not to ever do it. When you suffer through a withdrawal, that's God saying, here, wake up and don't do it again. When we ask God to correct something in our lives and we ask in Jesus' name, remember the Bible does speak. Ask and it shall be open and given to you. Now you got to understand, though, it's not an ATM. I did the ATM teaching. It's not, God's not an ATM and Jesus is not an ATM. You just can't go swipe, and every time you want, because it might not be good for you. So if it's not good for you, you got to be very careful what you're asking God to give you. You want a new car, He may give you a new car, but it might come with a payment. Well, I don't want a payment. I want a brand new car given to me. Well, sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to do the works and the labors. But I guarantee it, if He does give you a brand new car with the payment, He's going to give you the means to pay for it. Because that's how God is. God doesn't set us up to fail. The devil does. The devil wants you buried. Oh, your neighbor just got a new boat. Well, now I got to go out and get a yacht. Well, good luck. Heck, we all might need a yacht here before it's over. But when are you ever satisfied? If you have a problem, I was married to a person that had a problem. She didn't like the wall colors. She didn't like curtains. She didn't like the furniture. Every time I turn around, something was getting paid off, and I come in the house, and she'd give it away to a family member, and here we are again, buying new furniture. I'm like, this has got to stop. And then it got to the point I just shut down. I didn't even care. My wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I should have stood my dang ground. I should have changed over the finances situation then. But when you just don't care anymore, look what happened. So I got to blame myself. The thing that really got me was some of the people that furniture was given to, when they had furniture, you had to buy it. How crazy is that? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you just go through life and you just shake your head. But where are you in your walk? You know, there's a lot of people that I talk with, a lot of people I've spent time talking with, and the amazing thing about it is how the time never seems to add up. You know, you can never reconnect with people because the devil doesn't want it. You know, people tell you things, well, we're going to do this or we're going to do that, and it never gets done because the devil doesn't want it. You start praying over someone's child, you start praying for people you know, and let me tell you right now, the devil's going to do everything to stop it. He's going to put disbelief, he's going to put doubt, he's going to put everything through your head, and you're going to scroll down through there and thinking, well, this person ain't capable of doing what they're saying they're going to do. Well, I'm here to tell you, I have confidence in everything I do. I got faith in everything I do. You realize lack of faith. When you have lack of faith, you'll never see God's miracles. It's why so many people didn't Even the disciples could not cast out demons because of their lack of faith. Disbelief. Someone has disbelief, you excuse them from a blessing. You excuse them from casting out demons. You excuse them out of going over your house and anointing your house. Because let me tell you right now, disbelief will never work. Lack of faith. Jesus, how many times did he speak? Ye of little faith. Well, I'll tell you right now, I have the faith. I know he's capable of doing it. And I know he's capable of healing. I know he's capable of casting out demons. I know he's capable of breaking chains. I know he's capable of providing everything I need. I know he will give it to me when I need it. I know that I'm devoted, not as much as I want more. I ask him every day, help me have more. So many of you are on the wrong path. You got so sidetracked, you don't even know where you are. I'll talk with anybody. There's a time and a place that God hasn't. But I will eventually stop reaching out to people if it's the same push away, because they're the ones that's got to have some kind of belief, because otherwise it's just a waste of time. And I hate to say it like that, but it is. Because read the Bible, people. It tells you straight up in there. Without belief, nothing will happen. You can't see how God moves in something if you don't have the faith and believe that God's capable of doing it. People are not going to believe until we are shortage on food, until the banks get all shut down and we go under one currency. Look, people, they're already talking about countries and stuff forming together. We're close to one world order quicker than what you know. When that happens, what you know as freedom out here isn't going to be freedom. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't end up in a civil war this year. I really wouldn't. I mean, you look at all these gangs that are popping up, you look at these people coming into cities and taking over the cities saying, well, we're going to protect you, but you're going to pay us. Give me a break. We're in that world. I mean, you look at the cartel, you look at all this drug trafficking, it's illegal over here, so you think about how stupid it is. You're looking at these people that are pimping out these girls and people pay for it. You look at these escort services, supposedly they're a date service, if you need somebody to take to a Christmas party or something, whatever. People, you call what you want. Some of them girls are independent. Some of them work for a company. It's a legal pimp service is all that damn thing is. And these girls get so wrapped up into this stuff because they got so low self-esteem. But then you look at the ones that get so dang confused in the Illuminati and the Devil's Triangle mess. They end up doing whatever they're told. You can't enter into the devil's realm without paying a price. He's only going to give you so much free until he's got his hooks in you. That's when the problems start. I'm still going against all the crap that's come against me. And I'm still standing firm saying, I don't care what you say. I don't care if you ever talk to me again. Doesn't mean I'm not going to pray for you. Doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means I don't care. I get along. I've made it this far in life without caring what people thought of me. Yes, it hurts. But it doesn't hurt me enough to distract my day. It doesn't hurt me enough. I don't even think about it. But I wonder how many times they sit back and think about what they've done. I know one probably does a lot. But pride, that good old pride keeps you from manning up and knocking on a door. Test the waters, the Lord says. That's what he told me a while back in prayer, so I did. I asked my son if I could get the grandson, because I was off a couple days. He said, well, maybe we can all get together. Okay, well, that still didn't answer my question about my grandson. Well, make a long story short on that, didn't happen. But yet, they've all changed. They're all following God's ways. No, you're not. Because you're still holding me guilty for something I didn't do. You're still looking at me because that's how you want to see me. Then you go right on ahead. Don't expect me to go out of my way, because I won't. If I got to answer, that's one of the things I got to answer for, that at least I can say, well, I was the same. I never changed, God. I accept whatever punishment I have. But I've never changed. I've treated everybody the same. Never stopped praying for them. Never stopped loving them. I just don't go around them. Then you get some family members that push that button so many damn times you just get tired of it. And some of them just can't stop lying, and you just look at them and you go, I just can't be around this. And it's really hurtful when you know the family member's lying to you. I see things, people, I could brush up against stuff and know. I shook a person's hand the other day and I pulled my hand back because I felt the disgust and the hatred. That's one of the things that's it's nasty. It's just nasty, people. Hatred is a bad, bad, bad thing. Pride is a bad, 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 bad thing. Boastfulness. I was reading the email yesterday. Quite a bit of them. I can't believe some of the stuff people say. One person claimed that I was boastful about my life. I said, show me where I'm being boastful. You show me anybody's willing to go on there and tell all the stuff I have told on this channel. I'd like to see somebody do it. And that's not being boastful, I'm just being truthful. Aren't you worried about an employer seeing, what am I doing wrong? I'm obeying man's rules. I know I'm a CDL holder, so I got to obey the DOT's thing. One touch, well, it doesn't matter. I touch one button and it turns it on. Not like I'm driving down the road and going, doo, 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 doo. I turn it on and I do what I got to do. It's one touch, it shuts it off. What difference does it make if I'm recording something driving down the road or if I'm sitting doing it? There's a problem no matter what. People find problems with everything because that's just how we are in today's world. But look at what God is showing us. These times are here. The times He talked about, the Lord talked about, you will know the hours upon you when these things take place. He said, rumors of wars and wars doesn't mean yet is the time. Well, we're having all that right now, people. God's examination is going to shake the foundations. Maybe even some of your households. Are you ready for it? Some of you aren't. And the weird thing is, I haven't even really got all the way down to the emails. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot on there. It's like I'll eventually get to them. I thought I was going to be able to get, because I had some time off, I thought I was going to be able to get it, but I spent time doing some stuff in the garage and hanging up some shelving and stuff in the one bedroom. And, that stuff all takes time. Especially these days, I don't move as quick and fast as I used to. But you know what? I really don't care. It doesn't faze me. I used to get really discouraged by not being able to do what I was able to do. But I figure God has kept me this way for a reason. So I come to accept it. I don't try not to let it frustrate me anymore. But you have to understand something. We have to look at all the warnings. There's a lot of people out there prophesying things, a lot of people talking about the election coming up, and I've stayed firm with it. Yes, Trump did a good job at doing some things, but he's man. I remember when the Lord gave me, and I told everybody, if you're putting all your faith in man to save you, Trump can't save this country. Trump can only put into effect what he's able to get past people. But look at the stuff that he's guilty of. Yes, some of it, the Clintons passed, and he took advantage of it. Like anybody else would that had that kind of money. But when you're getting ready, see, I believe what's happening right now is God stripping this money from Trump to humble him. Because he starts getting very boastful about things. He thinks that money is his power. It's not. God is the only power we have. Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven. So you got to think about this. You really think Trump comes back in office and he gets 4 years, he's going to be able to, it's going to take him a while just to redo all this nonsense that we're going through now. So many people wondering why Biden's eyes are black, why they're blue sometimes and black and because you already know the answer. You just want to continue to go down the rabbit hole. Well, go down it. When you come back out of it, you're still going to not believe anything. So why do we debate stuff? Lucifer's showing all his signs. And people are still following it. That's what amazes me. And you think about all the people, and I talked about this. You want to know how close we are to Christ returning? You look at where the devil is doing it. But yet we are to be looking for Christ's return, not the Antichrist to come. So many people are focused on who the Antichrist is. I could care less. We know who it is. The world speaks of it. The world, people, not just the United States. You know, you gotta filter everything. And I've said from the beginning, I won't do it. I won't sugarcoat it. I'll speak whatever they allow it to go. It happens. You know. And then you get these messages. Once you hit a certain amount, they'll start putting it in different countries and different things. You can't make people do stuff they don't want to do. And that's why you hear all these people subscribe. Well, here's the crazy thing. YouTube sends you graphs and stuff of how many people watch your videos, which is your most popular video, and how many people, the age groups, and how many people are not subscribed to the channel. You realize there's more people not subscribed to this channel that watches these videos than there are people that are subscribed to it that watches the videos. That's something. That kind of blew my mind. I'm like, wow. And I could simply say, hey, subscribe so we can get this message out. But here you go. It shows how many people shared the videos. This blew my mind, people. Blew my mind. It's the non-subscribers that are sharing the videos, not the people that comment on the videos that are subscribed to the channel. It's the people that are not subscribed that are sharing. Well, praise God for them. I just lift out a special prayer to God for those people that are taking the word, the hell videos, the warning videos, and sharing them with other people to wake people up. God, show favor over them, because the word is getting moved. Because without the subscribers, it's going to take a long time to get where it is. I just seen a couple of the videos were aired in China, Australia. Well, I know that because there's a few people that live there that comment on the channel. Canada's starting to grow more and more. A weird thing is Canada is showing more views in the younger age bracket than anywhere else. That kind of blew my mind. I was like, wow. And I'm talking from, I think it's 25 and up to 30 or 40 or something like that. Or it might be 20. I'd have to go back on and look. But how amazing is that? I was like, my mind, I don't know, just something just kind of blew my mind. It's amazing. Now, I do know one that's in Canada, and he sends me stuff on Messenger. He sends me comments on here. I have asked you guys to pray for him. Pray for people that he knows that's a part of his family. And hopefully we still do. I mean, there's a lot of unheard. And that's the thing, people. Some people just disappear when we're praying. We need to know what's happened to people. We need to be able to have their testimony to show how God has worked. And to show our prayer does exist. See, we allow the devil to take the power away when we don't. Because the devil puts doubt and stuff in your head. Some people stop watching the video and commenting on the videos because I don't mention their names. It's true. Are you on here to get recognized? A lot of people's names I do mention. Because I don't have a lot of times to comment back to them, so I'm answering their comments or thanking them for their comments. It's the right thing we should do. But I'm hoping that God's getting the praise and the glory for everything and not myself. So many people send me stuff about backsliding. I'm a Christian, but I'm backsliding. No, you're not a Christian. Your life shows it. but the things you talk about shows it. Until you get the garbage out of there, you're never going to be able to stay devoted to anything but the devil. Cut the people out of your life. Stop going around them. Somebody doesn't make you drink. Someone doesn't hold a gun to your head and makes you go to a bar or go do drugs or go have sex with somebody. Whatever your poison is, you're allowing it. You're doing it. You're willingly going because your flesh is more powerful than you. We all make mistakes. But if we don't learn from it, you're never going to. Another person that I'm not gonna mention their name, but to answer your question is simple. I'm just going to say, I'm not going to waste my time talking to people. It's the same routine every week. It's exhausting. I'm not God. Only God can have that. Only the Lord can change something in you. Because I've given you every piece of advice I could possibly give you. If you continue on the pathway you're on, you're going to hell. There's no other way around it. And go listen to somebody that's going to tell you otherwise, and believe it. Because when you want to come against everything, when you're guilty yourself, I have no more patience. I'm not going to waste my time when I could be reaching out to other people to try to help them get Jesus in their lives, to make the changes so they can have a different life. So there comes a time when you got to just cut the strings loose and move on. Well, I find that wrong, they said. If you're a man of God like you said, then you should. Well, then explain to me why you think it's okay to talk, and every week it's the same thing. Makes no sense. And I finally got to the point, well, let me pray with you. Let me ask for deliverance for you. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, then. I have no more to say. I have no more to say if every time I talk to you, it's nonsense, or you're dropping F-bombs, or you're doing something else. I don't have the patience. Time's too short. I want to get out there and reach the people that's going to eventually say, it's called tough love, people. Sometimes you got to throw it at them. Because I'm telling you that we're knocking so hard on heaven's door right now. It's either you're going or you're going to stay. You stay and you're not going to survive. You're going to accept that chip or that mark of that beast quicker than you can bat your eyes. And as soon as you do, you willingly just signed yourself into hell. Heck, most of you already got both feet heading that direction. I see it so much spitefulness, so much hatefulness, so many people that are I'm talking people that claim the Holy Spirit. Be careful when you call something a Holy Spirit. Now, there is a spirit in Lucifer's realm, but it's sure not holy. It likes you to make it think it is. Well, you look at Lucifer, the Bible speaks, he can come as an angel of light. So, you got to be very careful even with the things that you say. So many people get so wound up on the demonic realm because they don't know it. You don't know it because you don't listen. You think this fantasy world we're living in is A and B. Well, if you can't get to Z, if you don't continue on with the alphabet. People, wake up. This is God telling you to wake up. Examine yourself. Examine your houses. How many people probably still is sitting back going, well, this is still happening. Well, because you allow the nonsense still in your house. Witchcraft, books, potions, movies. I'm going to heaven. The heck you are. You're not going to tell me that God threw Lucifer out over pride and his evilness, and he's going to allow a devil back in there. Heck, we allow him in the church. I can think of a few people right now that claim to be Christians, and their fruits are spoiled. If you go back when I talked about the apple, the Lord showed me the shiny apple, and he says, now take a bite. And I spit it out because I see maggots and pus and all this stuff dripping out of the apple. Because it's nice and shiny, and it appeals to you. They put on this great show. Bravo, here's your Oscar. But you're walking yourself straight in hell because you're a deceiving beast. Well, Nelson, not everybody has seen hell. Not everybody has witnessed what you witnessed. Well, yeah. But you witnessed demonic things, and everything I've spoke about has been true. I want somebody to come against it again. And the person said, I don't believe your hell video. You don't have to believe it to go. I'm telling you right now. You'll see it for yourself. You remember when I told you the ones up close are the so-called Christians? People say, well, I don't understand how Christians... You... Because you're not. Well, I go to church, I do good works. Well, the Bible also says good works, good deeds alone will not get you into heaven. Because of your actions, the way you are, the things you settle for. You can't have a fleshly day and have a godly day. It's like saying, I'm going to serve Lucifer at night and God during the day. Let me know how that works out for you. Can't serve two masters, he says, but people think they can do it. What I do behind closed doors, nobody sees. That's not true. You may delete things off of phones. You may delete stuff off of your computers. And you think you're good. Well, God's never sleeping, people. Nor is Lucifer. So let me know how that works out for you. So many copycats, we call them. They're not copycats. It's just the same dang on demon that convinces people that it's okay. It convinces your kids that it's okay to make pipe bombs, to go out with machine guns. It goes into schools and daycares. You know, people selling drugs out of daycares. I mean, come on. We think this is okay. Nursing homes, abusing elderly people, taking money off it. Man, I've seen that one too many times. You know, I got recommended people that let somebody in the hallway, half naked, their depends needed changed, hanging off of them, their bottom half was exposed, and the one girl said, take a picture of her. And then when I went back to question it, I asked to show me no, you didn't. You said take a picture of her. It was a girl that was on her hands and knees in the hallway asking for help, and a nurse standing right there. Naturally, yes, I have a hard time with that kind of stuff. So did I lose my temper? Yes, because I walked around and asked them nicely, please get her up and get her changed. And I looked at the nurse and saying, you should be doing something. You're in charge. I come back around and she's still there. And they're laughing and carrying on. But I guess who got in trouble? Me. For screaming at them for not doing anything. What if I was that people's family? But you see how wrong the devil's realm is? I'm the one that they wanted out of there. They all wrote papers, and one of them was a family member. I had many family members writing stuff on there. I got to read the papers. One by one by one by one by one. You're talking about craziness. Unbelievable. The stuff people forget. I wish I could. I literally wish I could forget half the stuff these people do. I think some of these people that does these overdose, that end up overdosing, I believe they see hell, and I believe that's what makes them continue on, because they can't live with the reality of what they see. Well, Nelson, how can you say that? I spent 2 weeks not talking to anybody. 2 weeks not working. 2 weeks not doing anything. I was by myself. I couldn't still comprehend what the heck I seen. I didn't understand it. I just knew it was a stink, the smell, the crying, the wailing, the watching people's teeth look like powder for them grinding them so tough. Being burnt, being skin ripped off of them, their veins being plucked and broke like rubber bands you pull until they break, blood squirting all over the place. People, you have no idea what's about to come until you enter into that cesshole of misery. You will know. And then you're going to be, because you're not going to forget what I'm telling you. You're going to remember these words going, dang, I wish I would have listened. Wish, could have, should have. It's too late when you enter. When you're sealed into that place, there is no wish I could have, should have. Look at the Bible scripture where it says the man begged for a drop of water on his tongue for what he didn't do for the servant. Then he pleaded with them to go and tell his brother and family so they wouldn't end up there. What does that tell you? You are in sound mind. You can see heaven. Abram, of all people, he's seen. Think about this, people. You so-called fake Christians are going to be right in the front. You're not going to be exempt. Your punishment is all the nonsense you did, all the hatred you did, all the wrong things you have done to people. All the throwing your fist up in the air, all the comments and stuff, all the disobeying rules. You sealed your own fate. God says, I'm just going to put you in the front. I'm going to put you in the front so you can see firsthand your loved ones and people you know. Well, I'm going to heaven. Good luck. Maybe God will have mercy on you, but only God is the judge, not me. I can just tell you the things that are not going to get you into heaven. I can honestly sit here right now and think about people in my family alone, just in the family. And you want to know something? No matter who I think about, I honestly can sit there and say, I know not one of my family members I believe is going to go to heaven. Not one. That's sad. And one of them, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind the things that they know and the things that they have seen for years and years and years, but still settles for a fleshly life. I'm just to the point I don't even talk about it anymore. I pray. I love her. But I look at the evil that goes on. I look at the things that is allowed. Hell's doors are open. Well, the gates are closed, but the gateway is open. Now entering. Go on. Keep walking. It's not a coincidence that you hear on movies and people that are on death row, dead man walking. There's nothing after this world when I die. I'm just going 6 feet down and stopping. You're right. Your flesh will. It'll decay. But your soul and your spirit's going somewhere. Look how foolish we are. They lower the fuel prices, they raise them right back up. They lower them again. Now you'll see it about August, when that campaigning gets real heavy, you'll see them drop all that. You notice these stupid stimulus videos and all this stuff finally stopped? Because they don't need to control you anymore. But they're going to give you a little something else come close to this election because they want to keep what they want in the office. Well, how much are you for sale for? I'm here to tell you I didn't apply for none of that garbage. None of it. But I guaranteed I'm going to pay for it. I should have. Taxpayers are going to pay for stuff that they didn't even receive. I listen to people say their kids basically fell out of the school systems and not one school calls. Whatever happened to the days when the schools used to call? If they would have called, continued on, then maybe I wouldn't have been out of school. People just don't care. The COVID has made more people not go to school and more disgust, laziness, social media. You look at all this stuff these kids are involved in. TikTok, oh my gosh. I don't even know how people even watch some of that stuff on TikTok. I looked up someone's TikTok because they mentioned it and I looked it up. And I'm sitting there thinking, you're a father that has many kids and you're thinking this is okay. This is a person that claimed that he followed God. Today he doesn't. He acts like it when he's around you. But he follows suit with everybody else. Points the finger, blames people. It's everybody's fault why you do what you do. It's your own fault. Because you're too busy doing what pleases you. It's okay to have fun making the children, but you don't want to be a part of raising children. Divorce rates, everything is going through the roof because that's what the devil wants. He wants to break it. And what does he do? He does the opposite of God. He goes after your children because God sent his son to save us, so he's going to strip your children. If that doesn't work, he's going after your spouse. If that doesn't work, he's coming after you. And eventually he's going to win because you're not faithfully following Christ. To be a Christian, you have to be Christ-like. Look at Jesus. Love, obedience. Unbelievable how we can claim. We throw that Christian word out loosely. Very loosely. Our work is more important. Family becomes less and less. You're hanging out at the gyms. You're going to the bars on the weekend. Well, I worked hard all week. Justifying why I'm going to the bar and spending money. Then you're going to complain about finances. Because you're paying $4 or $5 for a bottle of beer or a can of beer, however much. Somebody told me, well, not really told me, I just heard them when I was going up to pick up my paperwork one day for the next load I was doing. Told me that they pay $8 for one bottle of beer at the bar they go to. $8 for one bottle of beer. Are you kidding me? Walk around in the store and look how much a 12-pack is. You can dang near what you bought 2 bottles of beer, you could have bought yourself probably a case by the time you're done. Now, I'm not saying it's right just to go to a store and buy a bunch of beer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're going broke and they're getting richer. The devil loves for people to be in financial jeopardy because he can control you. Does the devil give gifts? Yes. But they're only temporary, people. Only temporary. So take it with a grain of salt. That's all I can say. It's just how he is. I'm going to stop this video now because it's already up to an hour, and I notice it takes a while, and I notice a lot of different things that I've been looking at, but I'm going to be back real soon, do another one, but start looking at yourselves, people. Start examining yourself. Start thinking, where am I in my walk? God bless you. May Jesus be with you. May your eyes and ears be open. And may everything you do today be under God's authority. May them chains be broken. May your life be changed. And may you allow the newness to come into your life. God bless you guys. Until the next one.